subsequent death. With 3 billion in Indigenous quality and 0 particle for the Ottawa delay, Alberta is charging forward. Oil is by far Canada's most value export. As separation toll grow, Smith is making it clear the pipelines are coming with or without federal approval because the partner has been trading them fairly. This new spirit of collaboration is important, and I believe it's that fact. Danielle Smith just stepped into and believe that we might Alberta, Lotus, Pipeline plan yet the billion barrel per day straight from Alberta oil sent to BC's northwest cost, and it is not the means about 20 billions in revenue every single year. That's billion with the B year after year, not a one time payout. If you has billet Keystone and Energy East, you do not have 2.5 billion more barrel per day for production. That's 55 millions a year in GDP value, worth 17 million to my goal. This some backroom honesty. The province is already activity scoring a private sector partner, and the ensure of the whole plan is brand new bitumen and pipelines emanate direct in the either place. Either way, the oil is heading west. You are accepting the growth from 104 million barrel per day to 120 million as 5 million people around the world aspire to the same quality of life we enjoy. Where we is getting setting Smith and sitting around writing from Ottawa to hand out a gold star on the permission slip. Alberta is done playing that game. This is 2015. She is calling it a full-blown nation building project, not just about oil, but about creating an MX rider that the secretary is clear across the map: oil, LNG, propane, critical minerals, all following west to the Asia and east to Churchill, Manitoba. That not just projects that the creation of economics independence. Of all the projects on the table, the ambient pipelines would bearing by far the greatest benefit to all the Canada. If you are the wondering how long are willing to wait for federal approval, the answer is simple: 6 months. That the window Smith is giving Ottawa to approve the serious about infections. If not, Alberta will move forward without them to make the plan visible to the investor. Alberta is not just crossing the finger, it's patenting a barrel on the line. That means reduce risk the generator sanity, something the federal government seems logical to this date. We already have the C and CP rail lines coming out of BC running through or provide delivering products to the rest of the country. This plan is built days one that include the indigenous communities as the full critical schedule. Leaders like Crystal Smith and Cross villages are on the boards. They are tried environmental groups flying in with megaphones to shoot project down that fly out again while local communities stay poor. That game is over. These communities want frequency, not slogans, and Alberta is giving it to them. These are also sensitive to environment consensus, which is why it's important to have indigenous partner at the table that they help with and dealing with on the ground issue. Now let's talk about Ottawa Counter after 10 million indigenous loans. Loans to cancel program went down so much. While the fields are still hosting constellation Alberta, the reason we have big nation building projects is simple. The flow of indigenous lands projects are not just an idea anymore. They are already happening in BC, especially in the LNG sector. This pipeline follows the model but on the much bigger scale. This was today important update. We want to be absolutely clear that our videos never include any kinds of misinformations. Canadian Nexus is dedicated to varying your verified and trustworthy news from across Canada. Alberta has been damaged to the point where we are did not get solar emitters we built North American you should announce in principle ownership we are has been progress. Danielle Smith massive pipelines projects in the partnership with BC and maintain to build cross-country with a 3 billion in justice quality and zero pertains to Ottawa delays. Alberta is charging forward. Oil is far by Canada most really. To the sports lights and unvalued one might be pipelines play at 1 million barrel per day straight from Alberta oil stand with BC Northwest cost and does not mean about 20 millions in the private sector partner on the inshore of the home plan is brand new between pipelines aimed directly to the either Prince Rupert in Kimet. Take your pick either way. The oil is heading west. You are expecting to grow from 1.4 million barrel per day to 120 millions as 5 million people around the world aspire to the same quality of life we enjoy. Where we're just interesting Smith is just not sitting around waiting for Ottawa to hand out a gold star on the permission slip. Alberta is then playing the game. This is in 2015.
Perfect.
She's calling in the full-blown nation-building projects, not just about oil, but oil crossing economics that stretches clear across the map of LN. अच्छा. These are not a projects that declaration of economics independence of all the projects on the table, the BN pipelines with bearing by far the greatest benefit to all the Canada. And if you are wondering how long she is well to wait for federal approval? The answer is simple: 6 months. That's why the Windows Smith is coming to Ottawa to prove the serious about infrastructure. If not, Alberta will move forward with the plan well too. In Western Alberta, just crossing the finger and the graduating well along the lines that and yes, Bill 60 cooking block if you want investment maybe does not make it crime to do. We Crystal Smith, the Cross Elias are on board are prior to environmental groups flying in the megaphones to shut projects down, then flying on the again while local communities stay poor. That game is over. These communities want equality, not phylogeny, and Alberta is giving it to them. They are also sensitive to environmental concerns. Why is it so important to have indigenous partner on the table that they help with rooting and dealing with on the ground issues? Now let's talk about Ottawa. Wonderful 10 million indigenous long military program going down doing the much. If make a moderate application look like Oscar. Mama Gandhi Manipan. Christy said slow, fruitless, and tangibly so much with the red tape it might do well in the pink pink. What is pink? While the field is hosting construction about construction, Alberta is cutting checks and putting machines in the ground. Canadian Nexus is directed to bring your verified the truth news from the cross Canada, from the politics to society and everything in between. If you value trust and fact, you are in the right place. If you enjoyed the videos, please like, share your thought in comments, and did not forget to subscribe to Canadian Nexus channel.